Hey, welcome back in this series of learning DSM, and I hope you are well and doing good. And in this video, we will learn tail and non-tail recursive. In the previous video, already we have seen the direct and indirect recursive functions. Now, we'll see the first of all 10 recursive after the non-tail recursive. Tail recursive functions is a recursive functions in which after the recursive functions and the recursive function is the last things done with the recursive functions, and after the recursive functions there is no need to store and maintain the previous data and previous stage. Now let's understand with the help of examples. Now there is a function, suppose int function. Let's an int function int something's n. Okay. Now if base condition, there is it's a mandatory part to enter base condition. Now n becomes 0. Okay, then it will be returned, function will be returned. Otherwise when the base condition will be not mentioned, then it will be go in the infinite. So it's mandatory to maintain the termination condition and base condition. Now what will I can do here, I will print here. Okay, now n will be printed. Okay, now I will call these functions again, and function n minus 1. Okay, and this is done. And in this definition we see it is the last things done in the recursive function. It is the recursive function, and this function is a recursion. Okay, and this will be last things. After these things there is no any stage and statement to execute this that. Okay, means this is the last things in the function. And here suppose int main. Okay, and in this main function suppose 3 will be passed and return 0. Okay, this is the tail recursive function. Let's understand with the help of the stack using. Okay, now this is the stack in memory, and when its function main function will be invoked, then it will be main function will create in the memory. Then here first of all main function will be created, and in this when controller will enter in the main function, then there is a function, then its function will be invoked first, then it will be take a stage here, and it will be function, and in this function there is a argument 3 will be passed. Now here is a 3. Okay, now controller will go here. Okay, this function, and in this function there is a n variable which is stored the value of 3. Okay, now in this function when it will be checked, if n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0, no, n is equal to, here if I will take a variable n, and here is n is equal to 3. Okay, now n is not equal to 0, means this condition is not satisfied, then controller will not enter in the state, and it will be print something's n, and n is now here 3. Now it will be print 3. Okay, here I will show output, and it will be print 3. Okay, Now when it will be print 3, and after this execute, this will be control will come here, and func n minus 1 means this function will call to itself. Okay, now this function will call to itself, and n is 3 and minus 1 means n is becomes 2. It's n becomes 2, and when function will call to itself means it will be one stage will be created in the stack, and it will be function 2. Now again it will be checked here, n is equal to 0, no, n is equal to not 0, it's a 2. Then again it will be count see out n. Now it will be 2 will be print, and again function here what will be 2, n is equal to now 2, and 1 minus it will be 1, and again it will be called to itself means one stage it will be create, and it will be function 1. Now it will be checked here, if n is equal to 0, no, n is not equal to 0 means this statement will not execute, and it will be print here see out. With the help of see out it will print n value means 1. Okay, now function f minus n minus 1, n is 1, and 1 and 1 minus 1 it will become 0. Okay, it will 0. Okay, and again it will be called to itself means here will be a stack will be created function 0. Now it will be checked here, n is equal to 0, yes, n is equal to 0 means return, then it will be return here. Okay, and when it will be returned, then this will be popped means this will be popped out. Okay, there is no n stage for the function func 0. Now, and in the definition we see there is no need to store the previous stage, and there is no any statement after this function. There is no any function to execute this means we have simply popped out. Okay, now again it will be returned, and it will be popped out, it will be also popped out, and controller will come here, and there is no any statement after this that where will be maintained what we are going to popped out. Okay, now again function f2 will be popped out, again function 3 will be popped out, and in the main functions also controller will come here in the main function. Now after this function there is a statement return 0 means return 0 will be so program has been successfully run, and this will provided this output. Now we'll also see the non-tail recursive. Okay, and what I will do here, I will add a line here see out and n. Okay, I'm simply add a line here see out n means when we talk about the non-tail recursive functions means after the recursive functions there are any statement to maintain the record of previous state. Here simple in the tail recursion popped out the station, but in the tail recursive we will store these, and we will maintain this previous stored previous station. Now simple I'm considering here functions 3 and functions 2 and functions 3 to 1 and functions 0. Okay, now for this for this output this will be answer. Now when function will be returned means after at the time of returning it will be popped in, means when n is equal to 0 then it will be popped, and this is not required to. Okay, now when here n is equal to, now it's a 1, when controller will return here there is a n is 1. Now n will print here, means n will be print here, 1 will be print. Now again it will be returned, again it will be written here, and here n is equal to 2, means n is equal to 2. Again it will be written here something, means n is equal to what here, n is equal to 3. Now n is equal to 3, and it will be return the main function, and is the return 0 will be so the our code has been successfully run. Now this is the for tail recursion, and this is the non tail recursion. And in this, if I will erase here, means then there is a difference between, it's a in the tail recursion 3 to 1, and in non tail recursive 1 to 3. There is a big difference, and I hope you are understood these tail and non tail recursive functions. Let's see with new problems in the next video.